And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday. And you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases. That time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw, that cagey outlaw to the north of me, old Waylon Jennings. And a big pickup week, as last week on the channel we didn't do a weekly purchases, as I was over in Las Vegas and Los Angeles. We did do a toy news from the hotel. We did get that done. I also did a Mattel reveals video from the hotel. So it was a busy week over there. I just didn't have all my stuff for weekly purchases, so no real reason to do a video. So we skipped out on weekly purchases this week. Have basically a 2-week version of weekly purchases, an extra big version of weekly purchases this week. And like I said, I was out in LA last week. We'll talk about that a little bit right here in a second. But let's get some housekeeping done first. Of course, right around the corner, I've been plugging it for the last month or so. Dangerously close to release date, trying to put a log on the fire, keep it going out there. But the Jax Class Superstars book coming very soon. It's the complete guide to the entire collection of Jax Class Superstars. And you longtime Jax Class Superstars fans out there, there's going to be some surprises in there, as I do have quite the interview with Jeremy Padower where we went through some stuff. And I asked some of the hard-hitting questions that deep collectors have wanted to know the answer for a long time. And some of that is revealed for the first time ever in this very book. And a lot of cool stuff and a great guide, because I understand not everybody can collect every toy line. And there's a lot of people that love the classics line, but they admire it from afar because it's a daunting task and it's an expensive task. Well, now you can kind of have that collection in your own hand with the box in the package there at the book, and you just look through it and say, oh, here's what it looks like on card, here's what it looks like loose, here's the accessories that come with this, here's a little bit about this figure, here's where it was released, the date. You get it. You've seen guidebooks before, but a lot of labor of love into this one here, and a look into my personal collection as well. So a real fun read. I think it'll be a great one for any collector. If you're a wrestling figure collector or just a guidebook collector, a little bit of something there for everybody. So much more on that book here as we get dangerously close, and a lot more to talk about with that one. I'll probably do a video on it when the time does come. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys and gals out there that have messaged me, are very excited for the book. I'm glad you guys, hopefully you will all like it, but I think you will. I think you will. So the book, there's that. Now we got to talk about Patreon. Of course, we're new month of February, Patreon giveaway. Now we did do Broadway NECA last week, or last month. I guess last week, kind of. It was January last week, but last month that was the giveaway. This week's giveaway, once again, what am I talking about? This month's giveaway here from Todd McFarlane on the couch. He didn't spring it. I had to buy it myself, but Todd, you could have at least helped me out here. But Todd, of course, we know from Kyle Peterson 2.0 YouTube channel. Check out that channel. Subscribe to that channel if you have not already. There's a lot of DC McFarlane over there and other things as well. Stuff that's too hot for Kyle Peterson 1.0. You got to go over to the 2.0 channel for all the hot stuff, and Todd McFarlane on the couch over there. But Todd, and speaking of this channel, I'm getting sidetracked here, but we're dangerously close to 38,000. By the time this video drops, we might even already be there. Thank you guys and gals for subscribing to the channel, following along. Let's get it to 50,000. 12,000 more followers. We'll be at 50,000 subscribers. We'll get there. Might take some time, but we'll get there. We always do. But this week, or why do I want to say week? I mean, it's all about week. If I say week, it means month. Just know that going forward. This month, the Patreon giveaway here, we got Batman, we got Robin, Batman animated series. Got to give those guys there, and they have to ride in style in the classic Batmobile. So this will be the giveaway on Patreon for the month of February. Check out the Patreon, sign up. You will have a chance to get this, but you also get early access to videos from both channels, bonus content, Q&As, giveaways, pizza reviews, dog stuff. It's all coming up over there on the old Patreon channel. And best of all, you do support the channel. So we got that going on as the giveaway. And now a little housekeeping. Unfortunately, no question of the week this week. I didn't put a video up last week, so there was no question. So we're going to skip question of the week this week. But I did go out to Los Angeles, Las Vegas. Good friend of the channel, Jeff George. We went out there, and of course, Jeff, very good friends with John 5, among others out there, and was cool enough to get to go to John 5's house and check out the rehearsal the night before the tour began. Got to see him rip through the whole set with his band in the Kiss room, an amazing collection. Of course, Jeff and John 5, huge Kiss collectors, members of the Kiss Army. I think they could pull that out of their wallet at any time and show you. But huge collection between those two, trading, all that kind of stuff. As crazy as we are with action figures, they're just as crazy with the Kiss memorabilia. And good friend of the channel, Jeff George, he also dabbles in this world as well, as he's a massive action figure collector. He's got some pieces in his collection that makes me blush, that's for sure. So he's a hardcore series collector, as you guys have seen on the channel, and you'll see in those videos. As I did film a video from LA and a video from Vegas. Of course, Patreon members get those early. By now, you've seen at least the Los Angeles one, the Vegas one to come shortly, so stay tuned for that one. But a lot going on over there in the trip. Unfortunately for me, I went about 24 hours without sleep, maybe even longer than that. I had a terrible travel day that really blew out a lot of plans on that first day, unfortunately, as it took me 23 hours, I think, door to door from my house to the hotel in Burbank, California. So it was a pretty rough go. First flight of the morning got delayed an hour, then finally got canceled, had to get on a different flight, had to wait for that flight, got on the plane, we were about ready to take off, last second, turned around, had to get off the plane, wait another hour, got back on the plane, got to Chicago, had a 6-hour layover in Chicago, finally had the 4-hour flight to LA, got off, of course, at LAX, and it just takes forever to get down to the luggage and all that. Then you have to take a bus to your Uber station, then you gotta wait for an Uber, and then you had an hour drive to like Burbank. Whew, it was a wild time. So it was a long day and a lot going on, of course, as you can imagine, in a hectic travel day like that. But spent some good time in LA, did a toy hunt that you can see in that video as well. Like I said, went to the John 5's house. We did all that. Got him all ready to go. Went to the John 5 concerts. You can see some of that footage as well. Really on fire, playing all kinds of stuff. A lot of solo stuff, as you can imagine, but also a little Motley Crue medley. So if John 5's in your area, might check him out. Tell him Kyle says hi. How about that? But a very cool one there. And then, of course, worked our way over to Vegas. And in Vegas, the city that doesn't sleep, apparently. Walked around Vegas, did the usual Vegas kind of stuff. Hammered all that out. Went to the show. A lot of good footage in that Vegas video as well, backstage from the show. Seeing some stuff. Got to talk to Eddie Trunk for a while. I'm a big Eddie Trunk guy, so I talked to him for a little bit. Met a lot of people along the way. I met my boss in the airport. My boss, long retired from when I was a kid. Was chatting with him. He was going to Hawaii. We were on the same flight talking to him. And it was funny, I had 2 people actually come up wanting a picture and say, Kyle, I'm a big fan of the channel and stuff, which is always appreciated. It always feels nice to be recognized, I guess. But he's just looking at me like, because he doesn't know anything about this world that I'm in. He doesn't know anything about a YouTube channel. Like I said, he's long retired. And he was like, just totally confused, like why anyone would want a picture with this degenerate like myself. And he's just like, what is going on here? I said, it's a long story. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So that was kind of funny as well, but got to give a special shout out to, of course, Jeff George, good friend of the channel. We had quite the time out there. More times to come. We got a lot of stuff going on. Stay tuned to the channel for a lot of surprises to come in 2024 and beyond, and Jeff will be a part of some of those surprises. So a lot more stuff to come all about that. So that's a quick kind of highlight of a trip out there, but as you guys can imagine, it's tough with the time zone changes, the lack of sleep. I think about 3 hours of sleep each day, and then coming back to, the wife and kids and the household duties you got to do on top of being gone from work. And work doesn't stop for me. It's just trying to catch up and working all hours, and it's been very busy on that. And then, of course, videos, trying to get back on track with videos and stuff. So I got a busy week trying to get back in the flow of videos. I had a ton of videos in the can before I left, and you can imagine being gone for like 7 days not filming videos. Man, it depleted some of my resources, so I got a lot of work to do to get kind of caught back up. I always like to have stuff in the can because you never know. Life gets in the way sometimes. It's always good to have a video ready to go at a moment's notice, but it does take time. It does take time to edit. I need an intern that wants to edit my videos for free. Who wants to edit videos for free that understands about, things like Rob Halford?
Message from Rob Halford of Judas Priest.
Step on the red, cross on the green, never take a ride in a stranger's machine, and always make sure you're burning on turbo power.
Understand things like Jerry Reed? We've got a long way to go and a short time. Understand things about when to put in the Saved by the Bell kids?
Dumb.
Stupid.
Crazy.
And of course, the leader of the pack, one, Jesse Ventura.
You ever wonder if they're watching your every move? Cell phones, internet, surveillance, think about it.
That's the hard part. Finding somebody that understands all those kind of jokes that would know right when to put those in. I don't know, it can't be that hard. I can do it, so who knows. But a lot of stuff going on, a lot of work, a lot of things, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of moving pictures, like a young Rush, really, at the end of the day as well. But a busy, busy time. But the busy keep busy, and the busy get busier, as we now segue into weekly purchases. All right, let's dive into weekly purchases. Like I said, about 2 weeks of weekly purchases right here. So we got some catching up to do. And we're going to start off extra hot. These did come while I was away. I finally got the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Mondo Logan. Oh my gosh, animated series playing all the hits right here. An all-time favorite in my Toy Biz days. Love to get this one. Of course, San Diego Comic-Con 2023 exclusive. Still got to figure out a spot for these Mondos in my collection, though. It's really keeping me up at night. I got to figure all that out, and I got to start unboxing some of these guys. And then we did get, speaking of San Diego Comic-Con, we turn our attention over to PowerCon for the Trap Jaw exclusive from PowerCon. Shout out to PowerCon. I really wish PowerCon was going on this year. I enjoyed PowerCon even more than San Diego Comic-Con, so I would have loved if they had PowerCon this year. It's a nice, easy convention. It's not as many lines. It's just a little easier, and it ended up being a lot funner, I did feel. But we'll see. I'm not sure I'm going to go to San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if I got it in me. I don't know if I got it in me this year. We'll see. Does my wallet have it in me? That should be the real question. But we'll see what happens. But as of right now, I'm probably skipping San. I'll enjoy from afar. But we'll see. You never know. Things could change. But we're going to keep on going on. I finally got my mint-on card versions here. I got these from Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description down below. Skeletor and Man-at-Arms. Got these from Big Bad Toy Store this week. But also, accidentally, I must have put 2 Skeletors in my cart. I must have accidentally done that. We've all been there. But I got 2 Skeletors. Don't need this one here. So maybe a future giveaway. Should I do a subscriber giveaway? Should it be something like subscribe to Kyle Peterson 2.0 and you can win this? Maybe I'll do something like that and give away that Skeletor. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned to social media. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and Instagram. Stay tuned to that. Did get this one as well. Completing the Munster trifecta. We got Lily Munster. You'll see this review. I already got this one in the can. It's an interesting one, so we'll talk about that when that review does come. But that's the final one, I would imagine, of that. And then speaking of NECA, we unboxed this one last week from Super 7. Now we got the NECA variety. It is old Nosferatu. Watch out, a symphony of horror right here at the table. I've had a symphony of horror before, something like that. But it'll be interesting to unbox this one. Stay tuned to that probably this week sometime. I'm going to compare it, of course, to the Super 7 one. We'll see what all the fuss is about. This one, I couldn't wait. I unboxed this right as I got it off the porch from Amazon. I said, you know what? I got time. Let's knock this bad boy out. And I put this up on Friday. It is the WrestleMania 10 ladder match. Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels. Check out the review if you missed it. It is up on the channel as we speak. So there we go. Got that one there. Got an old timer in the collection here. Found this at a cheap cost. Good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes. Got the only Cody Rhodes figure I was missing from Stardust is this purple one. I like the other attires. For some reason, this purple one doesn't work for me, but I said, I'm only missing this one. I should just complete it and get that done. It's exactly what I did. So I got that Stardust through the mail for like 11 bucks or something. Heck of a deal. Heck of a deal. And then we talked about this one earlier. I did purchase this, and more to come with this later on in this very video. But I did get the Batmobile. I did get Batman and Robin McFarlane 66. Of course, this is the February giveaway. So I did order these this week. They did come. But they're part of a bigger plan, a bigger thing. So we're going to talk about that in round number 2 of weekly purchases. All right, time for round number 2 of a 3-round weekly purchases. And we're going to kick it off with Super 7 Ultimate Edition G.I. Joe. Started unboxing some of these on the channel, but we got Doc from Series 3. What's up, Doc? It writes itself. Got Storm Shadow. Check out that review if you missed it. Cobra Trooper, same thing. Check out that review if you did miss that. And then we do got Scarlet as well. So Scarlet coming in real hot here. Looking very, very good. So we got the latest and greatest G.I. Joe Ultimates. I do like these. I know they're not for everybody, but I love the cartoon depiction. I've always wanted cartoon accurate Joe figures. Here we are from Super 7, so I did get that. Now we're going to turn our attention to some wrestling heavy portion of weekly purchases here. I did get a ringside order, and a pro tip out there, sometimes you need to get free shipping. Throw in a couple of these stands here. Of course, I got 3 sets of stands. You guys know me. I love a good stand, and they've been caught like a young David Lee Roth in the Panama Canal. Got 3 of those stands this week. But we're not done. Got to give a special shout out to Jeremy, local collector over here. He gave me the hot tip, the Target by my house. This was just chilling on the pegs. And I needed one of these to open. It wasn't a priority. I wasn't going to pay up for it, but retail I will. It is the 1 of 5,000 Owen Hart. So I did get one of these. You guys remember I found a bunch of these a while back. I got one for my Min on Card collection, and then I traded a guy for a John Moxley for another one. And then the third one I did give away on the Patreon. So I never did get a loose one for my collection. Well, thanks to Jeremy. He saw this, gave me the heads up, picked this one up. I will unbox this on the channel. We'll see how that goes. But Owen Hart through the door this week. Unboxed this right before I left on my trip. It was the Monday Night War Hulk Hogan. I literally got that day of I was leaving, or the night before I left. Put that video out. So check out the Hollywood Hulk Hogan Monday Night Wars unboxing and review right there. Gotta give a special shout out to a good friend of the channel, Jeff George. Mention old Jeff once again. He buys, of course, a lot of action figures, and he got a loose lot of LJNs, as he's a bit of an artist out there. He's the Bob Ross of LJNs. He's spending his retirement tour out there as a painter of LJNs. Well, not quite, but he does enjoy painting an LJN or two, and maybe one day we'll have him on here. You can talk about his artistry painting these LJN figures. But he did buy a lot, and he happened to come across something that's been on my long game to-do list. It is a Remco figure from back in the day, and I'm not a Remco guy. However, I did have one when I was a kid that my grandma bought at a garage sale, and it happened to be this Ric Flair. And he showed it to me. He's like, hey, do you want this? What is this? I don't know. I said, whoa, it's not worth a ton, but sentimentally, my grandma got me for this. I've always kind of wanted to get this back in my collection. She's like, you can have it, take it. So he gave me this Ric Flair. He brought this out to LA and handed it to me. So not the coolest figure ever. Like I said, I'm not a huge Remco guy, but just reminds me of being a little kid with my grandma picking this up for me. So very cool to get this in the collection. So shout out to Jeff George for a very strange one. Ric Flair coming in hot all these years later. So there you go. I did finally pull the trigger on these. Now, we unboxed the bell-to-bell Ringside Collectibles exclusives on the channel. The Steiners, the LOD, Danhausen, Scott Steiner, Nick Gage, Matt Cardona, 2 different 2-packs. We unboxed all those on the channel. Check out those videos. I said to myself, well, if I have all those open, I should probably get these to open as well. So I got Mark Sterling. I got Brian Myers. Of course, Referee we unboxed a long time ago on the channel, so check that one out. But then I also got Matt Cardona as well. So I got these 3 figures, said, well, if I got all the other ones opened, I might as well open up these. So I got the major players once again here to unbox. So I got those through the door. But we're not done with the wrestling this week. Very cool. Mattel actually sent this my way. Very nice of Mattel to think of me. I always appreciate things like that. But they sent me this new retro 4-pack. A sleeper of a set. Now, Ali to me is the weak link here. But the Hogan is fantastic. Wendy Richter is absolutely fantastic. And Big John Studd. You guys know I love my big guys. I love guys named John, and I love Studd. So all in on Big John Studd here. He is the best one of the pack, for me at least. But did get this week. Of course, Mattel Creations right now, a lot of people already got their shipping. Some people will probably have this tomorrow in their hands. It sounds like the ring's coming a little bit down the line, so we'll see what happens there. But I did get the retro 4-pack through the door. I almost forgot I did unbox the 3 Faces of Foley. This is my reminder note here, but we unboxed the 3 Faces of Foley on the channel this week. Check out that review. Absolutely love that. You guys know I'm a Mick Foley guy, so I love that one. There's a few things I don't like, but I understand why they did it, but a fabulous, fabulous set. I can't wait to get mine autographed one day. I got to buy another one, but I will get it autographed one of these days. So shout out to that. If you are in the mood for some Mick Foley figures, you can't go wrong with that Ringside Collectible exclusive. Use discount code Kyle, save 10%. And while you're at Ringside, pick up the Acclaim Jazzwares 3-pack. Check this one out here, of course. The Acclaim, their first figures in AEW is this 3-pack. More to come in the single series, but I did get that 3-pack. It's box set heavy lately with that Hogan box set, the retro box set, the Foley box set, this box set. We have the Then Now Forever box set. It's all coming up box sets in 2024, no doubt about it. And now we got 2 more long-awaited, amazing-looking figures. Retro-style Powers of Pain, Warlord and Barbarian. Amazing-looking set right here. So good on card. I hate to open this, but we have to do it for science. We always do it for science. We'll have to do that once again. And then we did get Demolition, Axe, and Smash, 2 of my all-time favorites. We'll unbox both of these on the channel as well. Can't wait to dive in, but like I said, boy, it really hurts my heart to unbox these. They look so good on packaging. And I was looking at eBay prices. Through the roof on these. So I don't know. It's an absolutely wild time in collecting right now with some of the ebbs and flows and some stuff worth a fortune, some stuff not worth a ton. It's just a wild time right now, that's for sure. But there it is. That's round number 2. We got 1 round left. Let's hit it up. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Stop the clock. I almost forgot I had a little bit more weekly purchases, and I noticed this after I was done filming the video. Had a little box from Big Bad Toy Store, good friend of the channel, Big Bad Toy Store, not far from my place. Link in the description down below. Support the channel, but I got all these in stock, so if you need them, I believe they're all in stock right now. Head over to Big Bad Toy Store. Like I said, link in the description down below. MLW Series 1, brand new wrestling line. We're going to have to dive into these figures here. But we got Alexander Hammerstone, I believe with TNA now. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but at least he was on that first pay-per-view of the resurgence of TNA. Hammerstone through the door this week. Mads Kruger, an interesting one. A masked man, Mads Kruger, 7 feet tall as well. Got him through the door. One we all know. Some call him Carrion, I call him Killer. We got Killer Cross, a part of Series 1. We did get the belt pack. Not sure how I feel about this, but I know there's a lot of fans of belts out there. A lot of belt collectors will want this. But we did get the belts through the door. And then the final one, a future Bloodline member. We'll see, but we got Jacob Fatu. So we're going to unbox every single one of these on the channel. Maybe we'll do a video with the belts and we'll rank the entire wave. We'll do that as well. So 1, 2, 3... 4 or 5 videos out of this one. So stay tuned to that. We'll get after those on the channel this week. But we're not done. Another wrestling figure. An interesting one. Not sure what to think about this, but Epic Hacks. We got Bone Salt, the Crazed Luchador. So the wrestling skeleton figure. So it's wrestling adjacent. I like a good skeleton figure. It'll see what all the fuss is about. We did unbox Series 1 of these on the channel, so check those out if you did miss those videos. And last but certainly not least, we missed Christmas, but it's here now. Naughty or Nice Santa, Barbarian Santa we got right here. So I don't know, do I open this now or do I save it for Christmas? Or do I save it for Christmas in July? You guys let me know in the comments down below. But there's some late breaking weekly purchases. All right, time for round number 3, and I had one extra wrestling figure I forgot, an Amazon special John Cena Basic. Wanted to check out what this new mold is with the molded in hat. Have to check this one out. So I got John Cena through the door this week from Amazon. But now we turn our attention to the couch, and I can't see him, but I'm sure he's hiding over there. As you guys saw in 2.0 lately, he's over there wiggling his toes with that patented McFarlane toe articulation. Every time I talk about that, he takes his socks right off and starts wiggling them toes. It's a wild scene. I got to get a second camera on him over there, but it's the Todd McFarlane show to finish out weekly purchases. A lot of McFarlane stuff through the door. Big Bad Toy Store with a hot stock this week. I missed this. I never thought I'd have this in my collection. They actually got some stock in at Big Bad Toy Store. I jumped at this immediately to get Dick Grayson. Oh, man, what a dick. This old Dick Grayson. Big fan of Dick Grayson on the channel. Love me some Dick, that's for sure. But looking good here. Got Two-Face as Batman from the McFarlane store on one of their deals as well. Not sure what to think about that one. And I also got the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh unmasked. Now, I got the regular one, which I absolutely loved. Figured I'd get this as well. They were doing a blowout sale around Christmas time, and I picked up a few of these things, and they were so backlogged, they finally started shipping a lot of this stuff. So wild times there. Also ordered Peacemaker, Judo Master, and Vigilante from Peacemaker from the Superpowers collection. I was a sucker for that TV show. I really want to get all in on the Superpowers, but right now I'm just kind of dabbling. Picked this one up on a deal at the McFarlane store as well. So we'll unbox that on the channel in the future. And then Entertainment Earth. We keep playing all the hits here today. Of course, use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. But I got the glow-in-the-dark Mr. Freeze. You know I'm a sucker for a glow-in-the-dark figure. Working on my glow-in-the-dark closet. It's going to be so bright, it's going to be like the sun. But it is first appearance Mr. Freeze outfit here. And like I said, Entertainment Earth exclusive. 7,350 pieces made. A wild number right there. But then we're not done. I talked about the giveaway being Batman, Robin, and the Batmobile. I have those in my collection. I already had those, but McFarlane had a heck of a sale on their site. I said, you know what? If I buy this whole bundle, I can give those 3 away, and then the rest of the figures I need. That's what my math checked out to be. So I finally got the Joker, the crazy Joker there. I got the Robot Batman, which is really, really wild. I picked that one up. Move that there. And then I got Superman and, what's this guy's name? Lord Deathman. I was going to call him Lord Scarecrow Man, but Lord Deathman and Superman got both of those as well from the McFarlane Toy Store, if I can find a spot here. So I did get those. So I continue to dabble in this line, but we're going to do the giveaway for the other 3 figures, as I did mention. And then it looks like we're down to one thing. I'm looking around. Did I miss anything? It does not. And we continue on with some Todd McFarlane. This is one of those ones going to be an interesting unboxing, so stay tuned to it. It was about a $50 price point. I'm not sure that works for me. I'm not sure if that works, but it is King Spawn and his demon minions. Big Spawn figure here. He does come with some minions. You know me, I love a good minion. But I don't know about this Spawn figure, if it's truly worth the $50. Todd over there says it truly is worth $100, is what he said. He said you're getting a deal at $50. We'll see what happens on the unboxing of this one here. But very McFarlane heavy, wrestling heavy, a little bit of everything here the last 2 weeks. A lot going on, as you can imagine, here on the channel. So there it is, weekly purchases. But what did you pick up this week and last week? Any good weekly purchases out of you? Anything that tripped your trigger? Anything cool here that you see? Anything you want to see reviewed ASAP? Let me know in the comments down below. And I guess we're back on schedule next week. So if you want to be the question of the week next week in weekly purchases, throw the question down below in the comments. And you too can be question of the week. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and the other YouTube channel. We got videos every single day. And as I'm filming this right now, dangerously close to 38,000 subscribers. So check that out if you haven't subscribed yet. Please, please hit the subscription bell. We'll get there. We'll get to 50. The slow march to 50 begins. That's what I'm saying right here. So thank you for those that have subscribed to the channel. You can also check out the Patreon. Talked about the giveaway over there. A lot of stuff, a lot of content over there. Even got some behind-the-scenes stuff from my journey over there in LA and Vegas. So make sure you're checking out the old Patreon for all kinds of details. And you can even be a free member of the Patreon now. So you can check that out as well. Link in the description down below. Don't forget ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X. The _Kyle_Peterson on Threads. And on Instagram. So for weekly purchases, I'm Kyle. You know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into another work week.